You're going to be really shocked when you hear some of these numbers, some of these things. I was shocked. I knew it was a bad decision. I didn't know how bad of a decision it was.
This is Reset the Clock. Dwight Clark dropped the ball. Yeah, that Dwight Clark.
That Dwight Clark.
We kind of had in episode 0. We kind of had this chat. We were talking about this segment, some ideas for it, and Tim, you came up with the great idea of like alternative timeline. And so alternative timeline. What if Tom Brady didn't go 199th overall in the draft and instead went first overall? And of course, you can guess just by law of large numbers who had the first overall pick in the year 2000. The mistake by the lake, the Cleveland Browns. So, what would have happened? Well, first of all, let's say, because this is pretty hilarious. Who are all the quarterbacks? It wasn't a quarterback deep draft, but who are the quarterbacks taken ahead of Tom Brady in the year 2000?
There were, hold on a second.
And maybe we should preface this whole segment by saying neither of us is a Tom Brady fan.
In fact, so I hate the guy.
I texted you. I've always hated him. But I texted you.
Even though he's from Michigan? He went to Michigan.
He went to Michigan. He's not from Michigan. He went to Michigan. I watched Man in the Arena, the first episode of the Tom Brady, We Love Tom Brady documentary on ESPN. And I was like, I texted you this. I don't know. I kind of like Tom Brady now. Like, was I wrong this whole time? Is he actually very likable? Because he was very like, you know what? I was just trying to be, just do my job and just be there, be ready for, and so, yeah, I don't know. So just as a context to shape this whole conversation, neither of us are big Tom Brady people, but we recognize the fact that he's won, 15 Super Bowls and whatnot. How many is it exactly?
Seven.
Okay, I stopped counting.
Still,
after three, I was like,
so it was a terribly weak draft for quarterbacks. The number one quarterback that year was Chad Pennington.
The whole Chad.
I think we all know how that turned out for the Jets.
Oh yes, as everything always does, turns out for the Jets.
Yeah, there was Giovanni Carmazzi was taken ahead of Tom Brady.
Household name.
Yeah, Chris Redman.
I've actually heard that name.
T. Martin. Because the Steelers were trying to recover that slash magic, and T. Martin they thought could be a slash 2.0.
There's only one Cordell Stewart.
Yep. Mark Bulger, who he didn't have a bad career.
Right. Yeah.
Arguably the second best quarterback taken in that draft.
Also
was
the second best quarterback named Mark with a C.
True.
Because there was
Spurgeon Wynn was the Cleveland Browns quarterback selection in the 6th round at pick 183.
In the 6th round.
In the 6th round, the Browns, to be fair to them, they already had Tim Couch. Okay, they had drafted him in '99.
Yep.
He was supposed to be their quarterback of the future.
Yep. You don't need two franchise guys.
Every time Cleveland drafts a quarterback, they're, the franchise quarterback, no matter how bad they are. So then Tom Brady at 199, and then Todd Husak, Jawan Sider, Tim Rattay, I've heard of him, and Jarius Jackson and Joe Hamilton were the other quarterbacks taken in that draft. So yeah, definitely no household names other than Tom Brady. You got the number one pick. You're the Cleveland Browns. They picked Courtney Brown, defensive tackle out of Penn State.
You got to have a defensive tackle.
They went defense.
Yeah. Sure. You're probably not taking Tom Brady first overall.
But not first overall, but if you're looking at your draft board, and I've never been in an NFL draft room. I mean, I've played enough Madden on franchise mode to, go through a few drafts, and that's about it.
Have you ever seen the movie Draft Day? With it's
I
actually
have not, with Kevin Costner, and it takes place in Cleveland.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I haven't, because I thought it was going to be a sad story because it was, the Browns.
It's fine. It's an okay.
It's a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
The Browns get their guy and they win the Super Bowl.
I don't remember that much.
I don't know. I watched speaking of Hollywoodizing, watched the F1 movie the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's a fictional work because they had cars passing each other on the track.
Nice. Not a big F1 fan? No, okay.
So anyway, but you got in the 6th round available to you are a guy named Spurgeon Wynn, who went to Texas State and Minnesota for college. You've got a guy named Tom Brady who went to Michigan. So a couple of Big Ten connections.
All right.
You got Todd Husak, who went to Stanford. So Pac-12, respectable conference. And you've got Jarius Jackson from Notre Dame. And you chose Spurgeon Wynn out of those guys. Now, here's the part where I said this is how stupid this was. Spurgeon Wynn's college stats, to the best of my knowledge, the best that I could find on sportsreference.com.
Yeah. I've got him pulled up.
He played 2 games at quarterback in his college career, threw 1 pass and it was intercepted. He had a negative 200 rating in college.
I don't think
my ability. I don't think it's fully,
I don't think that's a full. I don't think you have the full thing.
You got a full picture?
I'm seeing like 98, 99. You shit on Wikipedia. You shit on Wikipedia.
Man, I do.
And they've got it all.
Here's
the best peer reviewed.
Okay.
So you got that peer review.
There's
Southwest Texas State in 98 and 99.
Okay.
He threw in 98 a 60.9% completion rate. Okay. 99 50. So he dropped 10 percentage points, and 1,800 yards, 1,600 yards. 98, he had 10 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Not great. In 99, he had 14 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. That's really not great.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's pretty bad.
Compared to Tom Brady, who was coming off in 99. He had 16 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Okay.
61% passing. Year before that, he was 60, almost 2% passing. Both of those seasons, his last 2 seasons were 2,000-yard seasons.
And let's also note the fact that Spurgeon Wynn played for, what was it, Southwest Texas State or something?
Yeah.
What conference are they even playing? Not the Big Ten. I know that.
Not the Big Ten.
So
I mean,
Tom Brady's better stats are against Penn State's defense in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Ohio State.
They always play Notre Dame. So Notre Dame. Ohio State, which, they're mid. They're Ohio. But no, seriously. So it's like,
yeah, you've got a guy who's played against NFL talent on defense, and you picked a guy who basically went to a step above junior college. And nobody knew Tom Brady was going to be Tom Brady.
All due respect to Spurgeon Wynn.
Yeah, I'm not, I mean, he still threw more touchdowns in the NFL than I did. So Dwight Clark has this decision to make, and he could have, at any point, I'm not even saying number 1 overall. You know, at
Right.
any point in that draft, if he thought he was going to pick a quarterback mid to late draft, you've got Tom Brady available and you whiff on that. And how would Cleveland be different? You
Right.
know?
What happens to the Browns
So
if they take Tom Brady?
what happens to the Browns? What happens to Brady? Is he Tom Brady if he goes to Cleveland? Um, you know, is Cleveland a dynasty if Tom Brady goes to Cleveland? You know, doubtful because their ownership and management are just always in disarray. Um, but I mean, it's interesting. The guy goes in on so he got his initial contract was a 4-year contract, and he made, or sorry, a 3-year deal. He was signed for 864,000 for a 3-year deal. Tom Brady. So obviously
Wow.
he had a chip on his shoulder. He
Wow.
had something to prove to the rest of
Yeah.
the NFL, and he
Right.
did a very good job of proving it. uh, so what would have happened to the Browns? You got Tim Couch, who
Now I'm looking at Tim Couch's
he
stats here.
didn't
He
do
wasn't
too
in
bad.
Cleveland very long, but
He
he
was
had
only
some.
in Cleveland for 5 years for his initial
Yeah.
contract, basically.
Yeah.
He didn't do too bad. I mean, he got Clevelanded. I think that's a
Yeah.
new verb, right? Or adverb, adjective, Clevelanded,
Got Clevelanded.
right? Like you go to Cleveland and your career just
Yep.
womp womp. Especially if you're a quarterback. I mean, he had respectable numbers. I'm not saying Tim Couch was terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
I
2001, the
I think
2001 season, he threw for 3,000 yards. Like that's pretty
yeah,
decent. That's
yeah.
that's a that's a respectable number.
I mean, granted, Tom Brady
Yeah,
in
that's a 21
2001,
interceptions.
yeah, Tom Brady in 2001 was on the bench for the greater part of that season. So, um, excuse me, or 2000. Sorry, he was on the bench in 2000 for most of that season. That's
Right.
right. But he didn't put together two. No, he played in 2001. He played mostly in the. He played most of the games that year. Started 14 games.
Yeah, Bledsoe went out pretty quick with
Bledsoe went out pretty
like
early in the
internal
season.
bleeding
Yeah,
and stuff is crazy. He got
and
hit
then
real hard on him.
Tom Brady ended up leading them to the Super Bowl. Because the NFL and America needed the Patriots to win the Super Bowl after 9/11.
Also, and this is one
Patriots.
thing I learned by watching the Man in the Arena. Bledsoe had because he got better. He had the internal bleeding, couldn't play for a few weeks, was cleared to play, and Belichick was like, "No, we're sticking with Brady." Which, like, you stick with the hot hand. That's a thing in hockey too. Like, you got your backup goalie in, he's winning games, he's stopping pucks for you. You stick with that. Like, you don't go back, you don't mess with whatever. But Brady gets injured. I think it was against the Steelers, wasn't it? It was against the Steelers in the conference championship. And Bledsoe comes in like first quarter and absolutely owns the Steelers in Pittsburgh and sends the Patriots to the Super Bowl. Like, Tom Brady got him to that point, sure.
Yeah.
But Bledsoe got them through the Steelers. Like, they're not getting through the 2001 Steelers. Bledsoe comes in and absolutely, just kills it. And then Belichick goes back to Brady for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, maybe he gets the starting job in Cleveland after his rookie season. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he and Tim Couch can't get along, and one of them demands out. Which one are you going to stick with? Obviously, the guy you spent a lot of money on in a first-round pick. So the Browns most likely would have kept Tim Couch already. The Browns, throughout those 4 years, they had a decent offensive line. They didn't give up too many sacks per year. We know Brady can't escape pressure. You know, he couldn't escape pressure. He was a very staunch pocket passer.
Yep.
He ran for like 10 yards once. But they didn't have any receivers on the team either. So they didn't have a running game. They didn't have receivers. The Browns in the early 2000s had no, let's see, they had one 1,000-yard receiver. And their starting running back that year had 500 yards, 550 yards in 2001.
Wow.
So they didn't have a running game. They didn't have too much in the way of receivers. Where I thought it got interesting, though.
So what you're saying is they didn't have an offense?
Not really. But what was interesting to me is that Bruce Arians was their offensive coordinator. And Brady did go on to win a Super Bowl with Arians as head coach in Tampa Bay.
Interesting.
So you kind of wonder how things would have clicked there, too. You know,
very interesting.
Would Arians have ended up becoming a head coach in Cleveland?
Right.
Had he had the opportunity to coach Tom Brady as his quarterback, you know, in 2001, 2002. But yeah, so it's interesting. Like I don't know, because the other piece to this puzzle is subsequent drafts, right? Like you go back and you reset the clock on this one, and you say, okay, the Browns in the 6th round are taking Tom Brady, and he's going to be their backup quarterback. Now, what do they do in the 2001 draft and 2002 draft? Are they building around Tom Brady? Are they bringing in, you know, did they neglect the defense, and so they have to bring in defensive guys? You know, hindsight's always 20/20, and we can look back and say, like, oh man, you should have drafted Tom Brady. Like 31 other teams should have drafted Tom Brady, obviously.
31 of the 30 or whatever, how many other teams it was at that point. 29 other teams had
29. No,
had
31.
a chance to draft him 5 different times.
Yeah.
Like they all had this chance. Yeah.
And somehow somebody in the Patriots organization saw potential or whatever.
Right.
It's also interesting, though, that like Bill Belichick wasn't that great of a coach until Tom Brady came along.
Right.
Like Bill Belichick was a middling head coach. You know, when he was in Cleveland, he sucked. When he was with the Jets, he sucked. You know, like he wasn't that great of a coach. And so did Tom Brady make Bill Belichick, or did Bill Belichick make Tom Brady? And I think there's kind of an argument for the first scenario. You know, Tom Brady made Bill Belichick a better coach.
Right.
Or at least made him look better, you know?
Right.
So we don't know what we don't know about future drafts and subsequent stuff, but you have to think, like, you got this guy who is arguably a better passer than the guy you took. You know, nobody else thought that Tom Brady was going to be a starter ever, obviously, or he wouldn't have gone to the 6th round. I mean, somebody out there in an NFL draft room said, Mark Bulger's the guy that's taken us to the promised land. And they drafted him ahead of Tom Brady. And Mark Bulger does he have a ring?
Mark Bulger?
Get one? Mark Bulger, did he end up getting one with the Rams? Or did he not?
I do not know. Let's see. Because
he was part of the greatest
career
show
career highlights and awards, 2-time Pro Bowl in 2003, 2006. Nope.
No Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
And we know, you know, the other guys didn't. So.
Oh, he's on the.
He was on the team for the greatest show on turf.
As the third-string quarterback, Bulger did not see any playing time during his first season with the Rams as the team advanced to Super Bowl 36.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you know, you think,
do you still get your name on the cup?
No.
Well, thankfully they don't have to make that decision.
They don't have to.
Yeah.
But then who else was available then the subsequent years? Was there a good running back available? Were there good wide receivers available? A lot of things to take into consideration.
One of the things,
agency.
one of the things I wonder too with all this is not just like, oh, do the Browns build around Tom Brady? But one of the things about the Patriots is that like they won the Super Bowl 2001, Brady's like first year, right? Or second year, I guess.
Second year, but yeah.
And then they win it again in 03 and 04, right? So those are the back-to-back years. And so right off the bat, they're a dynasty.
Yeah.
Because they already had a team built. Like Drew Bledsoe signed this $100 million 10-year contract, like the biggest contract in pro football to that point. And they were poised, like they'd already made it to the Super Bowl in 97. They were poised to like be a winning contending team already. And so Tom Brady steps into this. I feel like there's a lot less pressure in that situation where like, yeah, you're the quarterback of the team, but you've got like Ty Law, you've got Willie McGinnis. Like you're not totally reliant on your quarterback to be the guy to win you games. And so do the Browns like build a team around him, and in the year like 2010, 2011, they win the Super Bowl, because Tom Brady gets into his right.
Is he patient enough to wait?
Or have they Clevelanded him yet?
But I mean, that's a fair question, but I think we all know the answer to that. And the answer is no, Cleveland doesn't build around it because they don't build around their quarterback. They're willing to go out and grab these guys like Tim Couch, Baker Mayfield, who else was the Brady Quinn? They want to grab these big. They've had like 30 quarterbacks in the last decade. It's sad. But they always want to get that one guy, and it's like, well, if he has nobody to throw to, what good is he? If he has nobody to hand off the ball, and I mean, you can't tell me that any team in the NFL can get as a team less than 1,000 yards rushing and be successful, for a season. So
yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, looking at Tom Brady's, numbers, looking at his career, looking at what we know now, Dwight Clark dropped the ball. But so did the rest of Cleveland's management and ownership. I mean, as they are prone to do, they don't build a team.
Right.
One guy can't win you every game. Football is a very much.
Oh yeah, I mean your quarterback's not even on the field half the time. He doesn't have any control over it.
Yeah, it's very much the ultimate team sport because everybody has to do their job.
Yeah.
If one guy doesn't do his job on a play, that play doesn't work. If a tight end decides, "Oh, I'm just a decoy route on this play, I'm not going to go out and put my heart in it."
Offensive tackle gets out of the huddle.
We've seen it happen.
Forgets the snap count.
And false starts at home. I mean, everybody has a part to play. So you can't just think like, oh, this quarterback's going to get us, to the promised land.
Right.
Excuse me. But I mean,
but it is a piece that you have to have. It's also a piece you have to have. Like think of, I mean, I can't even think of a quarterback that in the last quarter century that's won the Super Bowl that wasn't impactful. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't have quarterbacks that are just kind of like, tossing little dump passes like to the tight end 2 yards out and, sort of just like managing the ball and waiting until the defense gets on the field sort of thing, or handing it off every play or whatever, that take you that far. So you
Yeah.
do have to have that piece, but it's not everything. And I think that's a piece that's a thing, good for Matthew Stafford to get out of Detroit. Now, finally, I think it's a good trade, like just Jared Goff for Matt Stafford, but Stafford goes to LA. They've got a full team. And you see what he does. He wins a Super Bowl like right away. And it's like now the Lions are doing a better job than Cleveland, where they've built a defense. They've built a defensive core.
Yeah.
They've built an offensive core. They have multiple wide receivers. They have multiple running backs. It's a situation where now you have a complete team rather than just maybe we'll just grab this guy. Maybe we'll just grab this guy. No, this guy's not working out. Let's get fucking Jake Delhomme in 2010. I have the list of Cleveland quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jake Delhomme in 2010?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. The
What are you guys
Raging Cajun.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah. The interesting thing though is that if you look at Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, most of them don't come from the first round. Like Patrick Mahomes is an exception. There was a period in the late 90s through till Patrick Mahomes basically, where I think Peyton Manning was the only first round quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Peyton and his brother, because Eli won one too. It just it's like picking a quarterback number 1 overall was just a waste of a draft pick because they weren't going to do anything.
Yeah. I know. I was trying to bring up a list of quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Let's see, list of Super Bowl starting QBs. Let's go back through them. And by the way, Patrick Mahomes, Detroit Tigers draft pick.
Oh,
I don't know which of the 40 rounds. Let's see. We got to see.
Did he reverse John Elway the Tigers and be like, well, if you guys pick me, I'm going to the NFL draft?
I think he'd
John Elway. John Elway did that.
Yeah.
Drafted. He said, "If you guys pick me, I'm just going to go play baseball."
Yep.
Kind of a dick move.
A little bit.
I'm a Hall of Fame quarterback, but I'm not playing for your shitty team.
Right. Matt Stafford drafted first overall by the Lions, 2009.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't until very recently though that it started happening more.
Yep.
Because
you got Tom Brady in there, and then you got Nick Foles, who I don't know where he was picked. Let's see. Drafted 3rd round, 88th pick, Nick Foles.
Yeah. A lot of you
got
Super
Tom
Bowl
Brady, Peyton Manning,
quarterbacks.
Okay. Russell Wilson. I hate how much of this is just Tom Brady, even still recently.
Dude,
So, who am I on? Russell Wilson, 3rd round. So it's 3rd round's a sweet spot to find your starting QB for Joe Flacco.
Third round or later is where a lot of those guys have come from.
Joe Flacco, not first overall, but 18th overall, first round.
So first
round pick. Aaron Rodgers, back up to he was the 24th overall, so first round.
Yeah,
another first rounder. But so I guess kind of late first round, even into the 3rd round, you're still okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. The last quarterback on a Super Bowl winning team that wasn't that you probably wouldn't even remember the name of, Brad Johnson. Which team do you?
No.
Nope.
Brad Johnson.
The defense won this Super Bowl for sure. Rich Gannon threw 5 interceptions.
Oh, okay. The Raiders.
The Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So Brad Johnson was the
Brad Johnson
QB
was
of
the
the
quarterback
Bucks.
for Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And they had like no offense. Like their defense was so good that their
Yeah.
defense, I'm pretty sure the defense won like MVP or
I
something like that.
yeah,
It was like
I
some crazy
I
thing.
think Warren Sapp or somebody, yeah, one of
Yeah.
those guys. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that Super Bowl being like one of those like,
What?
oh wow, this is just like terrible. Like
Yeah.
both offenses. And if the Buccaneers couldn't return a touchdown, it might have ended in a 0-0 tie.
That was a weird one.
Yeah. So I mean, what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below.
That's right.
Brady Cleveland dynasty or bust or
We're gonna have some spicy comments from Cleveland Browns
Cleveland,
diehards. The dog pound.
Cleveland would have always sucked no matter what. I mean, we all know that.
Why
Don't have
are
to
you a
post that
Cleveland
comment.
Browns fan? That's what I want to hear in the comments. Is
What?
why are you still a Cleveland Browns fan?
What I really like to know is if you're not from Cleveland, why are
Yes.
you a fan?
Yes.
Like if you grew up there, I can understand. We all get indoctrinated with stuff as children.
Yep.
Sometimes we grow out of it. Sometimes we make the bold choice to step out on our own. I mean, I guess every city in the Rust Belt's got that going for them.
True.
The same thing about Detroit, Columbus,
Yep.
Cincinnati.
It's true. There's a little hometown pride there. There's a little chip on our shoulders, just like Tom Brady.